Hey, what's up guys? UrAvgWarGamer is back with another video of World of Warships. And today I'm going to be featuring Tier 10 premium aircraft carrier Malta. A British nation which everyone requested. I have posted a poll which everyone told me that they really want to look forward to a couple of Malta gameplay. So here I am giving you some tips and tricks how to play Malta. And by the way, there is a recent devlog that comes up with some changes related to Malta, which I will definitely going to update in the next patch because, well, Malta is going to get some bombs changes to its payload. And that is a bit interesting change considering, well, the bombs you will be able to see in this game as well are really strong against light cruisers. And, well, this probably not going to be an exception. On the other hand, well, Malta rockets, torpedoes are still going to be the same. In fact, torpedo bombers are actually going to get buffed just because of that bombs in payload nerf, which you will be, well, I mean, I was surprised to watch that devlog change, at least that Malta getting a torpedo buff, but understandable, probably in their, opinion or in their basically spreadsheets or in their numbers and stats, I think the Malta was performing just fine. And well, I would say the Malta is one of the really strong tier 10 carriers. And well, as you can able to see, the rockets, they can also deal good damage to this poor Brisbane. Brisbane obviously has very decent AA because it's basically a Minotaur hull with really decent AA, but that really does not matter since the Malta has quite tanky planes. And you have seen what happened to this poor Brisbane. Just casually did some damage, 11,000. The rockets have only 28mm penetration, but that does really not matter. You can still get good damage. So, you have seen what I did to Brisbane, right? And these are only with the rockets. Now, these bombs, the reason why they are getting nerfed is obviously pretty simple, that they are actually too strong against light cruisers. I mean, you have a potential to basically almost death-struck these light cruisers that have 80, 70-ish millimeter deck armor. And Brisbane is also, no exception. It also suffers heavily from that. And well, Malta exceeds in dealing lots of damage to these poor cruisers. And you can able to see that that Brisbane, well, he caught broadside to that Napoli, and Napoli did some damage, but somehow he managed to survive. But then I'm coming up with these AP dive bombers or carpet bombers, you can call it. So they have you have 20 bombs in payload, which is pretty high. And if couple of these bombs gonna hit onto the light cruiser, well, you will be able to see what's gonna happen. Look at that damage. That is massive damage, and that poor Brisbane that was almost having half HP now have gone down to almost dead. And not only that, you can also strike another attack run, and well, that Brisbane again have some HP left, which, well, not gonna be last for too long. You have seen that I did almost 16k damage, and that is the ridiculous strength of the Malta, dealing ridiculously good damage to these light cruisers. And the first blood is a Brisbane, which is not surprising. I mean, if I come up with the AP bombers, that's what exactly happens. On the other hand, I also showcased you the rockets, that they're also pretty good. And well, let's come up to torpedo bombers because these are also gonna get buffed in the next patch, which is gonna be interesting. At this moment, we have torpedo bombers that does almost 5,933 damage or something like that. Now it will be buffed to 6,500, and that is a massive buff. Not massive, but it is something for a Malta is definitely a really good buff, which basically means that if you drop 4 torpedoes on battleship, you will 100% going to get 20,000 damage per drop with one attack run, and then second attack run will also gonna do that same. So basically you have a potential to do 40,000 damage with also floods, which could be pretty devastating for any battleship out there. And you can able to see that I'm dropping the torpedoes on the poor Napoli. He was reversing and I got my situation in which I did something, but never mind, just T10 3 torpedoes. Somehow one torpedo didn't arm, but then I have another attack run which I'm gonna drop this Napoli on. And well, these 44 torpedo bombers or 4 torpedoes, they're having enough alpha damage to kill that Napoli that is in a really bad spot and kill the Napoli. So after Brisbane, the second victim actually gotten to be a Napoli, which is also a very tanky, like not light cruiser, but heavy cruiser, but is a very very strong Italian heavy cruiser. But they both are dead, and that's a really important thing to know or to do something about. On the other hand, it's an arms race mood. The enemy team have actually gotten quite a lot of buffs right now, if you can able to see. There are 4 battleships right now: Evami, Conqueror, North Carolina, and Mecklenburg. So a lot of battleships to farm, but they are sort of grouped up, and then there is only a Richelieu, which is sort of bow tanking for some reason, which is not the best idea to do. But well, he's doing what he's doing. Can't do much about this player base. They just don't understand that bow tanking in the game is kind of over. You just can't simply bow tank. On the other hand, we have seen a San Martin. Well, it's a light cruiser, but its deck armor is actually a bit tanky. But even without not able to get citadels, you can able to see that these AP bombers have still a lot of potential damage. You can able to see I did almost 12,000. Well, keep that in mind that it's still a arms race buff that is helping a bit, but still you would have done 10,000 damage right now, so it's still pretty good. And now I can have another attacker on this San Martin, which is exactly going to happen, and that will give me again 12,000 damage. So basically 24,000 damage in 2 drops, which is pretty good, even without citadels. If I would have gotten some citadels on the San Martin, he would have been pretty much dead. And that is a really strong thing about these bombs. But there's that. On the other hand, well, we have a team that is sort of all around the place. Napoli is rushing a CV. Then there is Venezia and Black on the middle. And well, there is Richelieu who tried to survive somehow, which actually was surprising. But still, the game is still not over. And it's only 100k damage that we did. And there is a Mecklenburg that is trying to push probably some way or the other, trying to help his team to maybe pull back this game. But then obviously a slightly overextended Mecklenburg definitely going to pay a bit of a damage. He will take some damage from these torpedo bombers, and you will be able to see these torpedo bombers have really good arming distance, and if you aim well, you will going to land almost all 4 torpedoes. In this case, I think I probably have missed one, which was surprising. But then I chain strike the Conqueror because, well, could have turned towards the Mecklenburg for another strike, but then I realized that it's gonna be too late, and somehow I got double flood. And what happens here is, well, as you can able to see, ship, speed increased. So I have Andrew Cunningham, which is a really really good captain for these aircraft carriers, British aircraft carriers in particular, because it's a British aircraft commander, or commander for British nation, and that gives a bit of a strength, which is 5% increase in speed, basically a 4-point skill for free. If you go and look at the captain skill, there is a bomb speed increase, which is 5% increase, which you have to give 4 points skills for that. And with this skill, well, you get this for free if you get 4 torpedo floods. In that case, if you get 4 floods, you are definitely going to get this skill activated, which you have seen how much it can help a lot. Speed increase basically means that effectively your HP on these bombs or torpedoes or rockets also increase, because it will take less time to drop the payload and get rid of that continuous AA that is causing issues. And that's one of the things that is really good thing about. Again, really good thing. The speed increase also helped to get towards the target very quickly, and you have seen that I did like 201 knots from 190 knots. Definitely a bit of an increase. Trying to kill the Richthofen here, another advantage of having these good versatile AP bombers. When you get a lot of penetration hits, like you have seen what I did to that poor Richthofen, 16,000 damage, chain strike, Mecklenburg killed him, and then I just got to the Richthofen, did some good easy damage, and now again coming back to torpedo bombers again. The game is almost about to end, but you can clearly able to see how Malta is really really strong under a situation where you can pull things off like that. And Only San Martin and Kleber are sort of a big threat. The Friesland, I'm not really gonna bother with rockets, although rockets are really good. But still, I mean, I probably would prefer to go and kill the CV with torpedo bombers since I know that he has very low HP. And that's what I'm gonna do here. Because I can drop the San Martin, sure. And, well, there is definitely an increase in alpha damage buff as well, which makes things even more spicy because now the torpedo bombers have almost ridiculous amount of damage. It's almost now 7,000 damage per drop, which is pretty crazy. And well, there's that Risofan that is trying to turn out and trying to survive or something, which I can be able to see why he's doing it, because well, he wants to survive as a CV. But that's not gonna last because everyone shot this guy broadside, and well, he's trying to turn out, but that's not gonna last long. And Henry basically killed this guy at the end. A bit sad because I really wanted to do some damage, but well, he is dead, and that's the best thing. The game is almost over now, and I'm gonna go and drop the San Martin because I still have one attack run left to do. And well, San Martin, obviously he's trying to turn in to basically dodge, so I mean, that's pretty much expected. He's gonna broadside to a lot of ships, but I think he will prefer not to take my torpedoes. Again, understandable. And San Martin survives, but the Friesland is dead. And well, now there's literally nothing that I can do except to basically go and do some damage to Kleber, which is, well, 14,000 HP left. And after we killing the Kleber, the game is over. And well, Kleber or any destroyer that comes into this rocket reticle, well, it takes good damage most of the time. If the destroyer is sort of broadside to these vertically advantageous rocket thing, I think it will do a lot of damage. If you are not angled to these rockets, well, you can take a bit of a damage, just like this. In this case, you can able to see the Kleber is basically gonna take rockets for sure, but well, Black killed the Kleber and the game is over. So Malta is still one of the strongest aircraft carriers to play, and if you have coal, well, it is definitely a worthy ship to pick. Victory, Malta, easy game for me. Bombs race mode as well, which helps a lot in dealing damage. Good credits, good damage, 3 kills, combat scout. Obviously, this is one of those things that carrier have a lot of advantage for right now. But maybe soon Wargaming will announce changes for the spotting changes, and then we will see how things gonna go. Team score wise, well, 2.15 to base XP, top of the team or top in the team, and well, there's only one San Martin that is trying to do something for the team. Otherwise, well, as you can able to see, what happened to this Brisbane? Poor guy didn't able to do anything, and well, I'm on top, which basically shows that Malta is one of the strongest carriers still in the game if you play it correctly, and it clearly showed in this game. Detail report wise, completely devastate this Brisbane. Look at that damage, 48,000 damage in 2 drops. So yeah, it's not 48,000 in 2 drops, it's 36,000. Keep that in mind. I also dropped some rockets out there and killed his AA a bit, but yeah, did happen to help a lot. Did some damage to a couple of more ships, but that's about basically it. So I hope you like and understand and enjoy this gameplay. If you really like this video, please comment, like, subscribe, and I will catch you into the next one. Peace out.